Hello everyone, welcome back. We're Nick and Sarah, and if you're new around here, we're usually travelling around Europe in our camper van. But this year we spent the first 5 months doing something quite different, an unexpected van build. And then we just got back from Portugal after signing the deeds for some off-grid land that we bought without actually seeing. It was a bit of a risk, but thankfully we do really love our new property. Join us in today's vlog where our plans have changed 3 times in the last week. We prep the van for full-time living again and head north quite urgently. But first we need to check on our off-grid land.
Good morning guys, how are we all doing?
Afternoon.
Morning goes so quickly, doesn't it?
It has gone so quick today.
What's going on with us? To give you an update, in last week's vlog we'd come back to the village. I had an appointment. The appointment was actually at the dentist after my course of antibiotics. I had an abscess on my gum. I was a little bit worried about it, obviously thinking the worst. Went back to the dentist and it turns out I've got to have root canal treatment.
Which is obviously fine, because I was a little bit worried that it was something, worse.
It's a lot better than the alternatives that I was thinking. But the earliest possible appointment is on the 2nd of October.
And our plans was to go to Portugal, go back to the land, look after our friend's place for a couple of weeks and then head on to the UK. So it didn't really work out.
So that didn't give us enough time to go to the UK. So then we were thinking we'll just go to our friend's farm, look after their place for a couple of weeks and then go to northern Portugal and Spain, explore there for a bit and then come back down for my appointment.
And then go to the UK in November. So that was the plan. And then a few days ago we had some bad news from the UK. And unfortunately my sister has become very poorly and we need to get back there. We need to go back to the UK sort of quite urgently. So now the plan has changed again for the 3rd time in the space of a week, and we will be leaving to go to the UK tomorrow. As far as Nick's appointment is concerned,
I'm going to get it done in the UK.
We'll get it sorted in the UK.
Not a problem. That's it's a minor thing really. We'll organise that when we get there. So yeah, we're leaving tomorrow morning. We do have to go to the land because we need to see the previous owner.
Yeah, and we also rushed away on the land and left things not how we'd like to leave them for several months before we come back. So yeah, we will be popping there straight off now, doing what we need to do and then cruising on to the UK. Yeah, sorry, we've had quite a crazy few days.
We'll give you more information maybe at a later date, but some things we want to keep private. All you need to know is we're going back to the UK as soon as possible.
Yeah.
So first things first, we've got some jobs we need to do on the van. We have been getting on with jobs over the last week from that huge list we had of things that we'd forgotten, things that we needed to get, and little tweaks and twerks.
I will just say before I start talking about the bed situation is sorry about the wind today. We have to have the doors open because it is blinking boiling, but at the same time it's so windy and the wind is just rushing through the van all the time. So just apologies for any mic issues. Okay, so the bed. Now the bed is working okay, it's holding our weight. We've tested it over this last week on the trial, all good. But we do have one issue and it's a little bit annoying when you go to make the bed. So basically the bed pulls out and turns into a bed like this. That's absolutely fine. But then when you put it back in, it's hitting here. As you can see, it's hitting that aluminium bit, and then to get the bed back in properly, you kind of have to lift these slats like that. And to do that, you have to have like the cushion off kind of thing. So it's a little bit of an annoyance really. What's Papa doing? Hey, what's he doing? had this little piece of, I don't know if it's aluminium, like flexible metal. So we've attached that to the moving slats only, which hopefully is going to guide it back in without them moving down at the end.
We also just sanded down the bottom of here just to give it that smooth edge so it doesn't get caught on the angular bit of the aluminium framing. We're gonna get caught.
Oh, it's holding, it's sliding well.
Oh, look at that!
It
look
worked.
at that!
Well done, Nicholas. That was his idea, and that has actually worked perfectly. It slides easily, and then it just... That's perfect. So well done, my love. That was a very good idea of yours.
Yeah, the bed, happy with the bed, because that was really annoying every night, obviously, trying to put it back in. Or every morning. But yeah, we have been going on with lots of other things, little things like the table, for instance, which slots under the sofa. That was kind of rocked. We had to just wedge it in. So we put a little runner there and a little latch like we've got for these overhead cupboards, so that doesn't fall over. The stool, every time we went round the corner, the stool would fall this way. Now it doesn't, because we put a little hook and then a little bungee cord round. So just little things. This needed securing because the cushions come this way, so we put a bracket here, another bit of wood there. Oh, I've been having some fun with my wooden glue. Not wooden glue, wood and glue.
Nick is on a mission to use every tiny little scrap of wood, and I think he's actually succeeded.
So this is our little remote control for our ceiling lights. There's a little hole in the back so you can get it out to change the batteries, and then use our aluminium strip before, and now just clips on there. How cool is that? And now this looks a bit stupid. It may need to be sanded down.
No big ugly gap in the corner of the kitchen. Nick's also made this very creative little shelf to go here. Now at the moment our washing up liquid, hand soap, bits and bobs like that are just getting stored in the sink when we're driving, but obviously that's not ideal, is it? So he's created a little shelf here. Ooh. So things can stay there rather than having to be moved every time we go driving, and that's just going to be attached to the wall.
Some more bits of wood used up. The only problem we have is we haven't thought about this. Should have put this on last because we need to drill holes through that to get into the wall, but we'll figure it out.
A bit of a boo-boo.
Also made this little thing. It's actually for our projector. We've got a projector here which does this aligns it neatly, so we can have the projector screen here at an angle and the projector can go here at the back. But when you were projecting it, we couldn't clear this, we just needed to raise it up a little bit, so that just sits there for the projector, and the projector actually sits in there. I'll demonstrate at a later date.
Multi-purpose, that one.
Everything is multi-purpose. What else have we done?
The mirrors.
The mirrors, yes. Look at that.
Nick's put various little lights.
Got these up here, we've got another lizard here. We had that lizard, we've got this lizard here. A few more things to do. First thing we need to do, we have actually tried the fold-up bike. That does fit underneath. We are taking a bike with us. We need to secure that. We also need to secure the stuff under the step.
So obviously these are just little jobs and we could have done them on the road, but we don't want to be taking like excess tools and things like that, and we've got everything here, so we just want to quickly get these jobs finished off today before we leave tomorrow. Plus we've decided to travel because the weather is extremely hot at the moment. We've decided to leave in the evening, and then we will drive halfway to Portugal, sleep, and then arrive there in the morning, do the last couple of hours before again it flies, before it gets too hot. And it's a very nice feeling to just leave here and have all of these little jobs done from the list before we obviously live in the van full time again.
So a new job we found or decided to do is secure this step.
Yeah, because basically the legs have all got bolted to the bed here, as you can see, and it's the same with those three legs, but the front leg we have a bit of movement, as you can see there. So the idea now is to put a bracket at the back there. Is that what we're doing?
That's what we're doing, yeah.
That's what we're doing. Little things. Put in the right place is essential. Okay, so that kind of worked. That'll stop this from moving about. We still need to just get another screw to go in there. As always, you run out of screws, and Nick is
Toying out the bike. Look at that. Look at that. Look how neat that is. We have got to create a little wedge here to stop all the weight going on the chain guard, whatever you want to call it. But that's just strapped around this bar. Solid. Got enough room, supboard and everything. Yeah, loads of space.
So we've basically done all of the little jobsies we're going to do now before leaving, before getting on the road. We are taking a very small toolkit with us just in case things break. Oh, we haven't shown you this. We've created a little door here, a couple of hinges, and that just opens like that, and that's just to basically hide all the crap behind it. That's where our air fryer sits, and you know, spare water and things like that. So rather
we need to do the little rope here, don't we?
Oh yes, yes. And it also can act as a mini table type thing if we were sort of sat outside there. So yeah, that worked quite nicely. And then I think that's it. So all we have to do now is pack clothes, make sure we've got everything we need, and then hit the road back to full-time van life. And we've got all these things on our mind at the moment. But we are obviously very excited to get back on the road and yeah, sort of back to sort of full-time travel and van life. It is exciting. You alright there, love?
Not quite right, is it? This little wooden piece of wood, quite sturdy wood, cut for to provide some heat-proofedness. Is that a word? For the surface, and because it gets a little bit hot underneath. But I had to cut some holes for the rubber legs to go in. Not quite right.
I think that's absolutely fine.
This should be a bit further that
That's
way.
fine, and it's just to protect the kitchen surface after all.
It'll do, it'll do.
Probably won't keep the sun cream in there actually.
Good, eh?
I'm happy with that.
Very happy with it. Look at those lovely little holes.
So the holes actually look pretty cool, and we kind of had to do that. I think, as we mentioned yesterday, we glued this on and we should have screwed it first. But that looks quite funky. I prefer it with holes, darling.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's solid as well. It's not going anywhere.
Swiss cheese that, didn't we?
Swiss cheesed it, yes. We will be taking a few of our little handy tools with us. In fact, this is our bag of tools. Do you think that's big enough for what we might need on the road? I think
we've got
so.
a box of tools as well. For the land.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, so we basically just pack in this morning, getting all our bedding in, our clothes in, making sure everything's washed and dried. And then, yeah, all of the food and everything else, what's left over in the house, we're going to bring down. And the plan is to leave this evening. Now, we can't be driving during daytime hours at the moment. It is so hot, very, very hot. You know, we're talking sort of getting close to, I think it's 40 tomorrow, actually, isn't it, here?
I'll tell you what else is very hot stuff. This one over here, my lovely wife. No, she's not. She'll get embarrassed now. No, NordVPN's latest offer, their latest and greatest offer, which is probably similar to the other offers, but equally hot stuff. Anyway, that brings us on to today's sponsor of the video. We would like to thank you, Nord. In our opinion, they are the best VPN on the market. Now, if you don't know what a VPN is, where have you been? It stands for Virtual Private Network. And there's lots of reasons to get one. Essentially, the main reasons, it adds an extra layer of security to your device when you're accessing the internet, especially public Wi-Fi. Basically hides your IP address or allows you to choose an IP address from anywhere in the world. Not only does this add an extra layer of security, it also extends your viewing capabilities. So when we're away from the UK, which let's face it, most of the time we can watch our favourite shows back in the UK. You just choose a country whose IP address you want to borrow, click it, and you're connected. They're offering a fantastic deal on a 2-year plan, plus you get an additional months for free. So don't delay, sign up today and keep those hackers away. You noticed anything different about the van, darling?
I think this is a wind-up. Nick just said that to me and I'm like, no. What? There's nothing. Have you put more mirrors up?
Maybe.
You have, haven't you?
Ah, you didn't notice, so it doesn't matter.
Do you know what?
Doesn't matter.
Nick
doesn't matter.
is so has to get his own way, believe it or not.
Liar,
right?
full of lies.
So I did the actual mirror design here, stuck them where I thought.
I said it's the best mirror design I've seen.
Well, no,
just
'cause you've
lacking a
changed
few.
it.
I haven't changed it. I've just added to it.
See, this is.
Just added to it.
We had spots in our living room at home. We've painted over most of them now. And I did this really good design painting these spots on. And then Nick was like, oh, we need a few more. And then before we knew it, the whole room was covered in spots. And it was too much. And we had it like that for quite a few years before we painted over loads of them. These mirrors, this could continue throughout the whole van because Nick just gets a little bit carried away like he's getting with his holes. He'll never be satisfied, and especially if I've designed it, he wants to just have that final touch, the last circle, the last mirror. Have you put some more somewhere else?
In a knicker drawer everywhere. She's going to look under a pillow and there'll be a mirror.
Looking back at me.
No, she gets the last word, so I've got to have the last mirrors and things like that.
Those two are overkill.
No.
Gosh, it's blinking hot in here, isn't it? Well, I suppose we better just carry on, keep going, keep packing. And
So hot, but thankfully we have got a shaded spot. There's not many parking spaces in our village which are in full shade, like in this car park where the market is. There's about 2 or 3 spots and that's it. Where we park on the outside of the village, where we've also been leaving the van. I've actually been sleeping in the van since we've come back, just because we've got everything packed, you know, our fridge, and you know, won't go into that, but yeah, the van's all packed up, so we don't want to just leave it. Call us paranoid, but we've just finished it. We're ready to go on a big adventure, so we're being extra cautious. So I've actually been sleeping. It's actually been cooler sleeping in the van. In our house, because we've got a flat roof, it gets stifling. It's so hot.
I've been actually sleeping on the sofa bed because our bedroom is boiling, so with us sleeping like separate as well, it is easier to sleep, obviously, because the body heat. So you've been sleeping in there, but you've had a few party
incidents.
nights.
Well, basically, we're at the outside of the village. We have filmed there before. It's just on the outskirts, and that's a little bit more elevation, a little bit cooler, peaceful. Quite often the street lights are out, so it's just dark and you can see the stars. Lovely, peaceful night's sleep. Had the max fan on, cool breeze. Come down to this market car park, which is a lot easier because it's, you know, a shortish walk from the house. But in the evening, probably about midnight, 1 o'clock, because it's so hot during the day, all the kids, the youths, I'm sounding old now, aren't I? Teenagers, come down here and drink Red Bull, soft drinks, and just chatting, playing flamenco on the side of the van.
Smoking doobies as well,
Smoking doobies, but they come down like 1 o'clock and I leave about 4. And that, I'm lucky that we're not in other countries. In another country, the van would be spray painted with graffiti, windows smashed, maybe the van's stolen and me kidnapped, maybe dead. But here they're just, you know, they're just chatting and you know, staying out at night because it's cooler.
But one night they were doing this on the van.
I don't think they were just messing about. I don't know whether they
No.
thought I was in there, but yeah, that night I got up, I slept for an hour, woke up, and then like for an hour I was just listening to them, and they were singing flamenco and stuff and just chatting.
It's not scary, and obviously
It's not
because we know the
scary.
area, we know like the people and the families and stuff.
Yeah,
we
we
know
knew a
nothing's going to
couple.
happen, but you can't get to sleep when someone's tapping on the van.
And you can't say, can you keep the noise down?
No, you can't. It's the local kids. They hang out here. It's so hot during the day. That's what they do in August, July and August in the evenings.
So I woke up at like 3 o'clock and then just walked out the back door around, said hola, buenas noches,
And drove
got in
to
the van
the
and then
other
drove
end of
to
the
the other
village.
end.
And I tell you what about those blinking kids as well. Every night they come down and it's so bad, they just throw their litter everywhere. So every morning you come down, there's like a new bunch of litter and cans and soft drink cans and stuff. And then they're gone by the end of the day because they have like the people that come and clean and stuff. But it's so bad. I mean, it's just bins here.
Anyway,
let's keep packing, Olive. We've got a bit to do yet.
Good morning, guys.
Morning.
And we are back on the road.
Nice feeling. It is a nice feeling, isn't it?
Left a bit later than planned, packing.
Late. We didn't actually leave our village until 11 p.m. and got here at 3:30 in the morning. And then we thought we can't lay in today because we've got to get up and drive again before it gets too hot. So we had 4 hours sleep and here we are. And did you just say where we are?
No.
We are in El Ronquillo. Now you may.
Just in case you didn't recognise it from the little morning sequence.
You might not have, because it's so weird. Last time we were here was in Little Old Vinster, first time going up to the land. Great spot, so that's why we, there's not that many choices of wild camps kind of in the vicinity, so we thought we'll get to here. But all of the trees have lost their leaves. It's so weird.
Well, not the cork oak and the olives. Like the surroundings, send the drone up and you look around like the environment and it all looks the same. But where we parked, these trees were like covered with leaves before. It was quite bushy. You were kind of hidden. It was lush and green. And now all these trees, this sort of row of trees, have all lost their leaves.
It's so odd. I mean, I don't know if any of you guys know what trees they are to lose their leaves in summer, because the last time we were here was the end of June. And here we are, a month and a half, 6 weeks later, let's say, just under 6 weeks later, and they're all bald. And
so weird.
Yeah, and it's not as nice, is it? Because this was just, you couldn't see the houses behind and stuff.
It's weird. We got here late last night in the dark, thought, has there been a fire here? But then checked the trunks of the trees and there's no scorchness, so for some reason they've lost their leaves.
Yeah, but anyway, a very peaceful few hours sleep.
Yeah.
And now we're going to hit the road again because it is getting very hot.
Already, like 9:30 nearly, and I'm sweating.
Yeah, it's warm. Let's go. Quick stop off at the supermarket for a few supplies, doggy treats, some water, a little bit of something to eat, and then we have to hit the road again.
Yes, it's been a fairly uneventful journey so far. You right, boys? Boys are just in the shade out here. Fairly uneventful regarding the drive and the scenery. Last night we actually saw a lorry on fire. Hopefully no one was injured, but there was a whole truck part of the lorry just completely ablaze. Drove past it, you could actually feel the heat.
Right, get this down and then it's quick before that heat comes in again. Let's go.
Let's go.
Hello folks, it's the evening time and are we glad for a little bit of cooler temperatures after another blazing hot day? Yes we are, and we've found a lovely little park up for the evening and we are now in Portugal and we are very, very close to our land.
Hello. Yeah, we love this spot. We came up here because it's got lovely shade from the eucalyptus trees. And this is where we came up to watch the football. So yeah, because it's got perfect reception and beautiful views, 360-degree views all around. Lovely view for the sunset, actually.
Yeah, we're in like quite an elevated position here. So you do, like Nick said, we actually get 5G up here, where it's not. We need internet, we kind of work online. So yeah, we come in, and also we can't actually take the big van. Well, we could, but at the moment we will do. But right now we don't want to drive the big van onto the land. The road isn't fantastic. It'll make it up there, but we didn't plan on staying up there very long today. But we have been to the land today. We took it in turns because we didn't want to leave the doggies. It was a very hot day, so one of us stayed in the van with the doggies in the shade whilst the other one went to and from the land. Nick did 2 hikes up there, didn't you?
Took my bird boxes up, didn't I? My big box of bird boxes.
I'd say where we were parked up, it was only like 5 minutes walk, but it was like a quite a hot walk.
Hot.
But it was really, really nice seeing the land again, wasn't it?
Nice, and it's as we left it. There's a few geckos living in the little room, but everything's all right, isn't it?
Yeah.
No rats or anything, no
No,
traces.
it's all lovely, and it was, it was too hot to sort of stay there for a prolonged period of time today. I mean, we only had, I think we mentioned this morning, we only had 4 hours sleep. We're absolutely knackered now. The journey took a little bit longer than expected, so we did actually reach here, back to the landing quite sort of coming into the hottest time of the day. Our plan was today to see the previous owner, as he does have a few bits and bobs that came with the land, but he needs to sort of give them to us, like a battery for the generator, a few other bits and bobs, but we can't actually see him till tomorrow. So we've arranged to meet him tomorrow, so that's all good. So quite happy with this little spot.
Sarah saw loads of birds on the land as well.
Yeah, I heard loads of birdies, and they're all in my fruit trees, eating all of our trees. Oh, I did grab a tiny little harvest, the first harvest from the land, so I'll bring that out in a minute. And we've had a light lunch, a salad, and we're not really hungry, I think, with the heat. We might have some cold watermelon or something.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Nice cup of tea, I don't know.
Looking forward to getting set up for the evening. Finally, when we finish work we've got to do tonight, we can just turn all the lights on, put the max fan on.
We're going to get an early night, aren't we?
Chill out.
We're going to get an early night, and then tomorrow, obviously, we've got a big day tomorrow. We want to get things done on the land first thing in the morning, meet the previous owner, and then obviously it'll be continuing the journey. I just grabbed a small bunch of grapes from the land. I actually thought, are they ready yet? But then I had some already, and they're nice. They're ready. It tastes good to me.
Isn't it? Can't believe we got an almond from our land.
I know. The almond trees do need a bit of... That looks absolutely fine, actually.
Sharing is caring.
They're good, aren't they? Look, so it comes in like that outside shell thing, and then you've got like another shell to crack, and then the almonds inside there. As we just demonstrated with that one. It's got like 2 shells to get through.
They're easy to get into.
Well, that bit comes off like that. I think so. I've just got into that one just using the knife. There's probably an easy way of doing it. Let us know in the comments if you know. Well, this is very exciting. The first little piece of fruit. And yeah, so it's nice being back. It's so peaceful around here. You don't see any people, you don't see any cars, anything. It's just so kind of nice and lovely, and that's kind of what we wanted, so we're quite happy. And we can't wait to get stuck in on the land. Obviously it is a little bit hot this time of year, but yeah, it'll be lovely.
Good morning, guys, and slept so well last night.
Oh my goodness.
Did not wake up once, I don't think.
I did.
Did
but
you?
We slept really well. We needed it. We needed like 8 hours, didn't we? It's early, so we can leave the doggies in the van, parked in the shade, and we can go to the land together, just for like an hour or two. And then we're meeting the previous owner, and we're going to have a good chat with him about everything. Got a little list of questions written down.
Going to be a much better day.
Yeah.
We've had the right amount of sleep, so we're going to be productive, get stuff done.
As far as my sister is concerned, we are still rushing back. There was very slight improvement yesterday, so it was positive and it was good. So keep her in your prayers. Her name is Lisa, and she needs all the hope that we can get right now. And we'll fill you in some more about the situation with her as we travel north. So yes. So thanks all so much for watching. Follow us for daily updates, and we'll see you next week for a little bit of land stuff, and then the journey to the UK.
Make sure you subscribe as well. It really helps us out and motivates us to continue producing the epic content we do. There will be epic content coming soon.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks all so much, and we'll see you next Thursday.
Take care, guys. See you next week.